YouTube? I'm back again today for another game review. And today I'm very excited to check out Rooster Rush from Mayday Games. This is for 3 to 6 players. Take about 15 minutes to play, and it's for ages 7+. And in Rooster Rush, you're going to be playing as a rooster, trying to cross the street, not getting hit by cars and mopeds and ambulances and all sorts of things like that. But the core of the game is actually going to be these poker chips that you are going to be spinning with other people. Ooh, they landed on my phone. Spinning with other people and seeing what happens with those poker chips and slapping cards as fast as you can to try to gain points. It's weird, it's zany, it's out there, but it's good. Let's open it up and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Rooster Rush. So first and foremost, we got a handy dandy rule sheet. It's a very small rule sheet, one page, double-sided. It's got some pictures, illustrations. Very well done. Should have you up and running in no time at all. Didn't really have any questions after the game or before the game or during the game. So big thumbs up on the rule booklet. Also, the game's really simple, so I can teach you how to play right now. So in Rooster Rush, you are trying to get to 11 points or trying to be the last person standing. If you do either of those, then you will be the winner of the points. You are going to earn points by slapping different cards, which will have number values on the top and the bottom, but you can only slap cards if they are safe. Likewise, you will be eliminated from the game if you slap 3 of these cards when they are not safe. What am I talking about? Let's go over the components. Let's get into the gameplay. So first, we got cards, and they're double-sided cards. The only reason you need the back side is to know which of these poker chips you're going to be spinning. So right now, in this particular instance, we would be spinning the moped, the police car, and the fire truck. Now, if we had another fire truck out here, we were playing a higher player count, we still would only spin the moped, the police truck, and the police car and the fire truck. If this were an ambulance, then we would also spin the ambulance. But you're getting it. So if you had 3 police cars out there, then you would only spin the police car. Once you've decided which ones you're going to be spinning, then you are going to flip the tiles over like so. So now we can see what they're worth. So this one's worth 3. They're all worth 3 points. Now you may notice that some of them have different symbols on them. Those are just to kind of throw you off, trying to trick you up a little bit. Also, some of them are in black and white. So this police car is in black and white, whereas this one's in color. Doesn't mean anything. They're just trying to throw you off. In fact, these 2 cards are the exact same cards. 1 moped, 1 police car. 1 moped, 1 police car. But it's kind of hard to tell that because of how they throw you off. Now, what's going to happen next is everyone who has a poker chip, and it's completely random who gets the poker chip, doesn't really matter, is going to spin their poker chips at the same time. Yes, they're going to actually spin it. Now, it doesn't work the best on my table, but on harder tables, it works a lot better. They're going to spin the poker chips. So let's take a look at the poker chips. Poker chips are nice, thick, sturdy, and it's pretty simple. This side means you're safe. It's safe to cross the street. This side means you're going to get hit by that car, in this case, the police truck. So everyone's going to spin them. Let's see if I can spin them all 3 at the same time, and we'll just see what happens. So this time we have the fire truck, the moped, and a safety symbol. So I'll tell you how these cards work. So if there is a moped or a police car, or both right here, that means you get hit by that. So in this case, if anyone slapped this card, then they would get hit by it, it would get flipped over, and it now counts as a strike. And remember, 3 of these, 3 strikes, and you're out of the game. Likewise, since you would get hit by the moped and you'd get hit by the police car, this would count as a strike. Now let's just pretend this happened. If you slap this, you still get hit by the car because you still get hit by the moped. And getting hit by one car, I'd say, is pretty bad just in general. Now this other one over here is actually safe because there's no taxi cabs and there's no fire trucks, which means if you slap this one, you're going to put it in front of you face up and you're going to earn 3 points. Now, this last card over here is a card that is specifically for getting rid of strikes. So let's just say, I don't know, we have this example right here. And everything is face up. So let's just say we just spun all 3 of these tokens. And this is what we have. Whoever slaps this one first is going to get rid of one of their strikes. So that's what this button does, because this is not safe. You get hit by a fire truck. This is not safe. You get hit by a police car. This one's not safe. You get hit by the fire truck. So whoever slaps this one first will get rid of one of their strikes. If someone else who doesn't have a strike slaps it first, well then tough cookies, this person still gets a strike. After the round is over, you're going to take away all the cards that are left, which might be 0, it might be 3, except for this one right here, or it might be 4 if you're playing at a higher player count, and then you're going to rinse, wash, and repeat by putting out new vehicles. So in this case, we would get the taxi cab, and we would get the fire truck. We are going to flip them over, take a look at them, and then we're going to flip both of these. Now, the rules for slapping, how does this work? Only one person can slap a card. So if I slap this card, no one else can slap this card. Also, once you've slapped a card, you're completely done for the round. You just keep your hand on the card. Even if you're like, oh no, but the taxi cab actually came up, so I'm actually going to get hit, that's too bad. Once you slap, you are done for the round, for good or for bad. Also, you don't have to wait until the tokens hit the ground. That's actually part of the game. You have to try and predict, like, ooh, I think this one's going to come down safe, or, ooh, even if this one comes down a fire truck, I still don't have any strikes. So you know what? I'll take the gamble and try to get the 4 points right here. Anywho, the first person to get to 11 points is the winner of the game, or if everyone gets eliminated, the last person left is the winner of the game. And that, in a nutshell, is how you're going to play Rooster Rush. Alrighty then, Rooster Rush from Mayday Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. It's incredibly light, it's incredibly simple, and that obviously is going to nix a lot of people out of the game. Also, it has a speed element, it has a dexterity element, which is going to be a turnoff to a lot of people. There's no real strategy in this game. The strategy in this game is, hey, I'm either going to slap this or I'm not going to slap this. Now, there is a little bit in there if it's like, oh, am I going to push my luck and slap this even though this token is still spinning because I need the points, or am I not going to do that? But for the most part, there is very minimal strategy in this game, which will be a turn off to some people. Also, this is purely a family weight game and a filler weight game for some people who I would say have lighter game nights. For me personally, this is a little too light for my game nights. But if you had a lighter game night, I think this wouldn't be a bad lightweight filler game. But purely family game. I don't know about children's game. I did have issues for some reason teaching this to some of the younger children. So I would say that the age range, which I think is 7+ is just about right. Because I tried teaching it to like a 6-year-old and a 7-year-old. And for some reason, they just weren't grasping it. I thought it was like a very simple concept, but they just weren't grasping it as well as some of the older kids were. So I would say ages 7+ is just about right, which is a little bit of a bummer, but still at the same time, it's nice. Any other cons I have of the game? You gotta know it's light, you gotta know it's simple, you gotta know it's pretty random and pretty luck-based. But moving on to the pros, I think this is a good game. I enjoyed this game, and I'm going to keep this game in my classroom. And I was very excited about this game. I saw it at Gen Con. I believe it was at Gen Con. And I thought it sounded like a really cool concept. I like the concept of spinning. I like slapping. I like lightweight. I like filler. I like family weight. This itched a lot of scratches. Also, it's by Antoine Bauza, who is my favorite game designer of all time. Creators of Rampage and Seven Wonders and a lot of other really fantastic games. So I was pretty excited about this game. And I was slightly disappointed by the game. I was wishing maybe there was a little bit more, but still, I had fun with the game. I think it is a good family weight game, and if you have kids that are in the ages of 7 to 15 years old, I think they're really going to enjoy this game. It has great artwork. It's a very interesting theme. I like the spinning aspect of the game. You don't see that in too many other games. It's easy to learn, it's easy to teach, except with those younger kids. For some reason, I had trouble teaching them the game, but the adults I played it with, they all quickly understood what was going on. And the adults I played it with were like, yeah, this is okay. You know, this is something that maybe we could play again. It's not something they're going to ask for as a lightweight filler, because there wasn't much thinkiness to it at all. And with my game group, we tend to play a little bit more thinky stuff. But in the end, Rooster Rush is a good game. If you're looking at this as a family weight game, I can recommend it. If not, I don't know if it's going to be for you. Probably not. So, family weight game, also lightweight filler game. If you play lighter games, that's what I think about Rooster Rush, one that I will be keeping in my classroom. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know. What's the closest you've ever came to being in a really serious car accident? So, like, what is the closest you ever came? And I have been in 2 very serious car accidents where I was T-boned. But what was the closest I ever came? You know what? I nearly got rear-ended by a semi-truck. That was very, very, very scary. It was icy, and we were like on a highway, and it slowed down, and the semi-truck was behind us, and he didn't give himself enough time to stop, and you could actually hear his brakes like slowly screeching, like as he tried, you know, because obviously he can't just slam the brakes. Like, that would be absolutely catastrophic. So he was trying to like slow down the best way he could, and what he ended up doing was like veering into the right lane onto like the right side of the highway and just barely avoiding hitting anybody. Like, he was literally like probably about a foot away from all the other people on their right side of their cars. Like, hats off to him that he was able to prevent anyone's car from getting hit. But yeah, I think that would have just inevitably crushed my car It was like a Kia back then. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. What's the closest you've ever gotten to getting in a car accident? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.